Hello everybody! I've got so many comments on my shorts asking me about my signature curls. Those curls I have perfected over 7 years, and that's something that looks the best on me, which is why I keep repeating it. It does take a long time for you to perfect the curling method, not 7 years, but if you practice, you'll get it pretty quickly. I'm here to make the process a little easier for you. Let's start the video. So I have washed my hair last night and blast dried it with a hairdryer before sleeping, and then I've slept on it and this is what it looks like. My hair does get pretty frizzy and I find it really hard to maintain them if I've not styled them. So what I do is while drying them, I put in a leave-in cream. There's a full separate video about this coming up. And before styling them, I use a heat protectant spray. I am still doing my research to find the perfect heat protectant spray, but I will be coming out with that video as well very soon. So all that is done right now and I'm just going to jump into curling my hair. I've parted my hair somewhat in the center. I can never find the center, I don't know. I roughly part them. I'm using a hair curler by Babyliss. It is so old you can't even see what's written on it. It's pretty old, but it's really good quality. It's lasted me almost 5 years already, 4 or 5 years. I've been using this since the beginning of time. It has this clip. Whoa. It has this clip which makes it easier for you to hold your hair while curling. There are two kinds of hair curlers in the market. There are many kinds, but the two main kinds are one with the clip and one without it, which is just a tong. When you use that, you need to hold your hair and curl it over the tong, which I find is an added step, so clip works better for me. Iconic is another great brand for hair curlers. I'm still going to do my research, get back to you. This is the most beautiful hairstyle. I call it the Victoria's Secret Angel Curls because that's where I took my inspiration from when I was starting with my pageant journey when I went to Miss India. That's usually how everybody's hair is mostly. Just voluminous, lot of big curls, just beautiful and bouncy. And then they make it look shiny also. It's perfect. So honestly, when I'm doing my own hair, I don't section my hair because now I've gotten pretty good at it. I can just pick out sections and just curl it. Very easy for me to do at this point. But initially, I used to take my hair in sections. So usually, I would take an upper section like that, and this is the lower section. Pin this up, doing all of this tam jam today. It's definitely easier if you're working in sections. The first thing you need to know about my hairstyle is that I always have the curls turning outwards. That's how it just gives it more volume. Because when the curls are inwards, I will give you an example. It kind of tends to flatten out over here. So just remember when you're curling this side, it needs to go out like that on the other side as well. I'll show you the other method first. Some people prefer those curls as well, but I personally prefer the outward curl. So this is my first section. What I like to do is just put the barrel under, just straighten them out once by holding it under the clip. This makes sure that these baby hair and damaged hair kind of sit down and they don't poke out like that. See, it's slightly flatter. You can also curl your hair right from the root, but for me, I prefer personally that the curl starts about here so that I have a nice flat portion over here. I will show you the wrong side, okay? Wrong side, I've held it in my thumb like this, okay? Held the hair with the barrel up, pulled it down and inwards, okay? I've curled it inwards. This is something I don't like doing, but I'm still going to show you so that you don't make that mistake. This is on the highest heat setting, by the way. And then release it with. Can you see? So this is an inward curl and I'll show you an outward curl this side. Again, flat. I'm curling it towards the other side now. The barrel is still up. You hold it, you pull it down slightly and then twist. Thing is that I don't entirely curl the end because it kind of looks nice if this is a little open. Otherwise, the curl tends to be very tight and it jumps up like that. It reduces your length. And here is an outward curl. Now here you can't tell the difference too much, but see how this is just going out like this and this comes towards the face because this is an inward curl. An outward curl, when all of your hair is curled, it will nicely open up outside like that. So I just prefer that your curls are outwards. So I'm going to complete this one, redo this one. Just make sure you get your direction right so that it's easier for you to get the whole look together. Now this is an outward curl. I hope I'm able to explain this. I don't do it too neatly or anything. Just winging it. And I take a section from the back. I'll show you once more. And roll up. Thicker sections take a longer time, so I'm going to hold it here for a few more seconds. So I've completed this section and left the upper section now. This is fun to curl because these are my shorter layers and they look really nice after being curled. I find it so difficult to section out and do this, man. I just prefer not sectioning them out, but that they say it's the easier way for you to start learning. I leave my fringes. Again, the same thing, curl it outwards. This you can go a little bit towards your scalp, not very close to it. Leave it. It's beautiful curl. This is like the standard hairstyle on a film set. Like all actresses, they always just do like the loose curls. The very girl next door, hero will fall in love with you because you have such nice silky hair and bouncy hair. Once you curl them, they automatically start looking a little shinier because the frizz goes down. Just make sure you take hair of the same length in one section. So if you have layers, take the upper layer and then the middle layer, then the lower layer. Roll it up. I should shut up. You see what heat setting your wand is on. Try to not start with like the highest heat setting. If your hair is finer, go with a lower setting. You don't want to burn your hair. Okay, now we're moving on to the most fun part. This is what gives your hairstyle the look that you want. Wait, I'm going to part it nicely again. I prefer if this whole thing is really nice and flat. If I want, I can add volume later, but the frizz shouldn't be the volume. Make sure you start curling where the framing of your face ends. Just see how you want it to fall on your face. You kind of get an idea now, right? Something's tickling me. A small hair. For my final touches, this is what I do. Slightly wave them like that to frame my face. Okay, that's about it. Then you go ahead and fix 1 or 2 strands, whatever you're not happy with. If you want your curls to last longer, spray it with a hairspray, which I do sometimes. Right now, I don't need to go anywhere, so I'm good. Okay, so this is what it's looking like right now. All of my hair is in the front. All of them are curled outwards. Then you just kind of play with them with your fingers. Get them to set. Don't open them up right away because then they'll be gone in no time. If you want more shine to your hair, you can just add a serum. Anything from Moroccan oil to live on. Anything would add a little bit of shine to your hair, so that's up to you. I'll still recommend you some very soon. Okay, so it's been a while. Just going to open them up. And there you have it. It's the beautiful Bollywood hair look that all stylists use. I've been doing this for years. I can never get over it. I hope this was an easy tutorial. If not, I'll try doing better next time. If you have nice highlights or lowlights or whatever that is in your hair, it's gonna look fab. It takes a little time for you to perfect the curling technique. Once you get the hang of the inwards and outwards curl, it's not that difficult to do. Just keep practicing and I hope this helps.